Hey guys, it's Andrew. Do you suffer from plantar fasciitis, or do you know someone that does? Today, I'm going to talk to you about how I personally overcame my plantar fasciitis and how potentially you or your friend or your family can overcome plantar fasciitis. So, I'm going to jump right into what plantar fasciitis is. If you don't know what it is, plantar fasciitis is a foot disease. Causes your foot to be in tons of pain. It's inflaming the part of your foot called the fascia. Okay, so medically it's a very painful disease. It's the bottom of your foot, the padding of your foot, if you will. It can start from running to just picking things up, like if you're picking things up wrong. It can just come out of nowhere, it happens to moms. It generally happens to people that are 30-year-olds or older and women. So I got this as a male at 24 years old, which was pretty uncommon because, like I said, it's 30 plus generally, and it's for women generally. It's more women get plantar fasciitis than men. Unfortunately, I think a lot of it does have to do with birth, but anyway, and so plantar fasciitis, painful disease, right? And I'm going to talk to you about how I got it. So, 24 years old, I was working a summer job, and I was training to be a police officer. I was starting to run every couple days. I was starting to go to the gym, and one day I went to work. It was a standing job. I was just serving food to people. Like, oh, here's your food, take your carry out, whatever. And I had problems standing. My feet really hurt that day, right? And I'm thinking, well, what is this? Like, this has got to be just whatever. So I pushed through it the first day. Wasn't that big of a deal. Second day, I went back the next day to work, and I could not stand. It got to the point that I had to sit down, or at least I felt like I had to sit down, right? Because it's your choice ultimately if you're going to be sitting down to this pain or not. So I chose to sit down, and I'm talking to my boss, and I'm like, okay, can I work this job but sit also? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. Sit whenever you can. And it got so bad that even taking 6 to 8 breaks a day to sit didn't even help my feet. So I ultimately had to quit this job. I couldn't stand. Like I am right now. If you haven't noticed, I'm doing a standing video, just because it's just so nice to be able to stand again. I got my standing back, but anyway, so I tried many various things to beat it. The first thing was I went to therapy. So I tried using the mental therapy, see, can I beat it that way? It didn't help. I tried physical therapy. We got rid of it for a couple months. Actually, it took about half a year to get rid of this foot problem, right? We did the scraping of the feet. I forget the name of it, but I did that for, it's called A-stem, I'm sorry. And so we did A-stem every day. I went to this physical therapist, and I went 3 times a week at first, and then we slowly dwindled it down to 1 day a week. And I also did tons of stretches there and at home, and eventually the pain was doable. I was able to stand without the pain anymore, and it just disappeared, right? And it's all good. They said, just do your stretching, everything's gonna be fine. Well, I didn't do my stretches. I didn't think, I thought I was invincible, typical me, and it came right back in 4 months with a vengeance, and you'll hear about this because even if you do the stretches, a lot of people say this disease does come back. It goes into remission like cancer or fibromyalgia, right? And so then it came back with a vengeance, and I was just, the next couple of years, I just gave up. Honestly, I just stopped doing my stretches because it just got so painful to stand, right? And from 2014 to 2018, I let this affect me. I wouldn't go out with my friends as much because my feet would hurt. I also had fibromyalgia because of this. It developed. And so it was just, I was inactive a lot. I took sitting jobs from 2014 to 2018, right? And I still take sitting jobs because I prefer to sit anyway. I've not really been a big fan of standing jobs unless it's pizza delivery. I absolutely love pizza delivery. Totally random fact. And so, you know, I let this thing overtake me. So what else have I tried? I've also tried custom inserts. Doctors will get a specific mold for your foot for you. And it's not doctors, sorry, it's podiatrist. They, you know, get a molding of your foot for you. They put it in a shoe for you, and then, you know, it's custom made. Didn't work. Actually made my feet hurt 10 times worse. So the physical therapist said, don't do that. Like, you know, just don't. Let's see. So then I tried getting shoes. So I got Brooks the Monster, right? These Brooks shoes are very nice, $150 shoes, very comfortable, and that didn't help me. It helped wearing better shoes with support, but it didn't, like, overall, like, I couldn't stand longer than 10 minutes still. I was still suffering from this disease. It was very painful. And I also tried to go back into stretching. Stretching sort of helped, but it's just wasn't, it was only for a short period of time because, you know, the longer I would stand, the more my feet would hurt. So, you know, I had to resort to other things. I tried a different therapy again. It was more for fibromyalgia, but they also tried to work on my feet for me as well. They massaged my feet, the back of my tendons and everything. It just didn't work either, unfortunately. So, you know, for 4 years I was just sitting. I would not go out on walks, and if I did, it was very short time, like 10, 20 minutes tops, and I'd be like, you know, in so much pain that I had to go inside. I just couldn't do it. And it was very unfortunate because, you know, people wanted to spend time with me. I just wouldn't do it. And so how did I overcome my plantar fasciitis after going through everything? So guys, here's my secret. You know, this isn't necessarily gonna work for you. I don't know. I have heard people try this before. It doesn't work for them. In fact, it may make it worse. So don't substitute my advice for medical advice, because, you know, this is my personal advice and how I overcame it. Everybody's different, you know, and it's really what you put your mind to. If you believe it, I think it's gonna work for you. You know, but you have to absolutely believe it's gonna cure it. Okay guys, so this is gonna sound really ridiculous because, you know what, I tried this originally, it didn't work, but I did not try hard enough. So in 2018 I moved out to California, still dealing with the foot problem. I can barely walk around the block. 10 minutes or so, if I walked, I would need to nap for 2 hours. It got so bad, it would hurt me so much. Okay, so this thing was just very mean. It was very painful. And so, you know, for most of the year I just gave up. I said, no, I'm not gonna try for, you know, until the 3rd month. So, sorry, this is all back in 2017, right? 2017, move out to California, goes into 2018, I'm still dealing with the foot pain, and then, in the 3rd month in March, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna start standing on my feet again. And this time, I'm gonna walk through the pain. So I start walking through it, right? I go around my neighborhood multiple times for walks. It got really painful, very fast. You know, after the first 10 minutes, I was just in tons of pain, but I refused to sit down. So I just kept going around the block. Probably about 8 times I'd go every couple days just to make sure that I'm getting my walking in and I'm walking through this pain. And I told myself that this is gonna help my pain go away, right? I believed 100% that me walking on my feet again will make it go away. So after those, you know, 8 walks, like roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours of walking, you know what I'd do? I'd go back home and then I would go play video games, right? I play Halo 5 and Happy Wars on my Xbox, and I would not sit down while I played. I'd stand with a controller in my hand, right? And I would play standing up for like an hour. Feet are drooling with pain. They're feeling like I'm kind of getting stabbed. It was pretty painful, I'm not gonna lie, because it started shooting up the leg. You know, at first it goes from the bottom of the foot, and then it goes to the back of your leg, and then it shoots up to your back, your lower back, right? That's how it works for me anyway. I'm not sure if this is typical for everybody with plantar fasciitis. I actually didn't research it, as, you know, I just never heard anyone talk about it. No one would ever complain about it on the plantar fasciitis forums I was in, and a lot of doctors that I saw would just be like, that doesn't sound normal. So they kind of ruled it as something else, whatever. But eventually I came to terms with it. It was the plantar fasciitis, right? So it'd shoot up my legs to my lower back. And at this point, you know, my lower back is killing me. So I'm just standing, just continue standing, and then, you know, after I was done gaming, I would go take a shower afterwards, and guess what? I'm standing while I'm taking the shower too. I'm pushing. Okay, guys, so I'm just gonna keep going, right? Get out of the shower. I shower for like 20-30 minutes because the pain would actually get lessened by the heat. The heat for my lower back was very positive, and it helped a lot. But it didn't take it away completely, and I was still in lots and lots of pain. So this method is definitely not for quitters. This method is not for someone that cannot handle pain. And definitely you have to believe in yourself. So after that, I'd get out of the shower, change, and go play video games some more and still stand, right? So I'm standing, and I do this every couple nights because I really wanted to just get over this foot thing, because it's either I live the rest of my life sitting down and not being able to go walk with people or go out to events. Like, I couldn't even go to the beach. I could barely stand for more than 10 minutes at the beach. The beach has nice sand. It like molds to your foot. You know, it's just such a comfortable feeling to stand on the sand, right? But even then, my feet would hurt. So I had to make the decision. Today was the day I end my plantar fasciitis, right, guys? So ultimately what happened was I started doing this more and more, and you guessed it, it went away. 100%. Now I am able to stand on my feet without being in pain. I don't wince at anything. It's not like before, because before, like I said, it would go from my feet up the legs, up to my lower back. I don't have that problem anymore. And it's crazy how it just went away, right? By believing and standing through the pain. So that's how I beat it, guys. I don't know if you're watching this video, have you beat it? Are you just watching it just to see, you know, what other people have gone through? If you've beat it before, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your experience with it. If not, tell me what have you done in your experience with plantar fasciitis? How have you gotten through your times? I'd love to hear it. And also, make sure to watch my video, Life Happens For You and Not To You. This will be kind of a continuance. If you think about it, you know, plantar fasciitis didn't just happen to me. No, it happened for me, because now I'm applying this to other things in my life, right? If I'm ever going through anything that's really challenging, it's all mind-based, right? Just positivity. So it's very helpful, and so just make sure to watch that video, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and follow me for more videos. Thanks!